Okay, let's have some movie news, specifically more horror news. That's usually what we do talk about here is horror, but we're going to be talking about some things that just got announced. It is Terrifier 3 weekend at the box office right now. Go check it out if you haven't. I myself, like I've said before, I wasn't the biggest fan of the first one. I was okay with the second one, but the third one got me on the art train, and I'm there to see where we go with Terrifier 4. Stay tuned for that Terrifier 4 theory video that will come out on Monday. But let's talk about more of this news that has just dropped over the week, and we're playing catch up right now. So before we get into it, we are running a giveaway. We are giving away digital codes for Alien Romulus. So that will be out on the 15th, and we will announce a winner on Monday night. So if you want to enter that, go to our Instagram, follow us on Instagram, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube as well, and comment on our latest Instagram post where we have the news part of it that you want to enter the giveaway, and that gets you an entry into the Alien Romulus digital codes. Let's get into some of this news, however, with Terrifier 3, of course, making a pretty big splash right now at the box office. According to many reports, it could open up at number 1 at the domestic box office and a total of $18 million possibly. That is huge. I believe the last one made around $10 million, so it's already doubled what the other one made on opening weekend. Really love to see it, right? Really love to see it. There's also an Ice Nine Kills music video for Terrifier 3 with an original song they had for that, and it is insane. So if you want more Terrifier content after watching Terrifier 3 and while you wait for Terrifier 4, definitely check that out. It is very, very interesting to see. Now, this is one of the news that got me very excited to talk about the news is Mary Elizabeth Winstead joins Maika Monroe on the Hand That Rocks the Cradle remake, which is coming out with the director Michelle Garza Cervera, who did Huesera the Bone Woman, which was a film I really enjoyed. The new movie will come from 20th Century Studios, and 20th Century is just maybe killing it right now with the first Omen coming out earlier this year. I'm very excited about that. But The Hollywood Reporter says the project adapts the 1992 thriller originally distributed by Buena Vista Pictures and directed by Curtis Hanson. Rebecca De Mornay starred as a twisted widow who, distraught after losing her own baby, insinuates herself into a family as their nanny with the ultimate goal of taking the kids and the husband for herself. So I'm very excited about it because this just definitely sounds really, really good. Micah Bloomberg is writing the screenplay for the remake right here, and I have not watched the original, but I definitely do plan to now, so we'll see how that one will be once it's released. But let's also talk about some restorations that are on the way, with Trick or Treat having a 4K restoration with a new trailer. I mean, it is a spooky season, so of course we had to speak about Trick or Treat, but very excited to see the new restoration because I think it's such an underseen gem, and I'm excited that it's getting a bit more appeal now. Now, speaking of new movies coming out, The Monkey has released a new poster and a new trailer will be released next week. We'll be covering that trailer, don't worry. But this is an adaptation of the Stephen King story of the same name, The Monkey, with Neon being attached to it, with James Wan as producer and director Osgood Perkins, who just came off of the massive success of Longlegs directing. The Monkey will release in theaters on February 21st, 2025. The poster looks eerie. You have Theo James, Tatiana Maslany, Elijah Wood, Christian Convery, Colin O'Brien, Rohan Campbell, and Sarah Levy starring in this, so very excited. It says, in The Monkey, when twin brothers Hal and Bill discover their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths start occurring around them. The brothers decide to throw the monkey away and move on with their lives, growing apart over the years. But when mysterious deaths begin again, the brothers must reunite to find a way to destroy the monkey for good before it takes the lives of everyone close to them. So we've already seen that there is a teaser attached before people went to go watch, I forgot which movie it was, but I believe it was, I'm slipping, but there was a teaser already for this, and I did watch it. And, I'm excited to see what the trailer will be. I've never really read The Monkey, so I'm curious, but we will definitely see. Speaking of two actresses starring together in a film that is a thriller, Paul Feig's latest thriller for Lionsgate, The Housemaid, has Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried attached to play in this new movie. And of course, we know that Sydney Sweeney is coming off of a very high run with Immaculate this year when it comes to horror and thrillers. So we'll see what this next film will have. It's actually based on a best-selling novel of the same name, The Housemaid. In the film, Millie, who is going to be played by Sweeney, is a struggling young woman who is relieved to get a fresh start as a housemaid to Nina, played by Seyfried, and Andrew, an upscale wealthy couple, but soon learns that the family's secrets are more dangerous than her own. So both of them got something going on there, right? So I'm excited to see what that's going to be, and we shall see. But this film is going to come out from Lionsgate. No official word just yet on when, but very excited. Always excited about this. Heretic is an upcoming horror film, which I already watched at TIFF, which just got a new trailer that teases what's behind the door in this new movie from A24. And this is a film that is directed by Scott Beck and Brian Wood, who also wrote A Quiet Place. So the film will release on November 8th, 2024, less than a month away. And the film says two young missionaries who are forced to prove their faith when they knock on the wrong door and are greeted by diabolical Mr. Reed, becoming ensnared in his deadly game of cat and mouse. You have Chloe East and Sophie Thatcher starring in this, with Hugh Grant as the villain. And I've watched the movie, and I will tell you, you are not prepared for what's behind the door. This movie really caught me by surprise, and I do have a full review coming out for you in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. Another film that I'm excited about as well is the Until Dawn film, because David F. Sandberg's directing. I'm not too entirely sure how I feel about an Until Dawn movie, but David F. Sandberg, I think, has been pretty consistent with his work. So they tease that the film has wrapped up and that this is going to be a film that is written by Blair Butler, who did The Invitation, which I'm excited about that, and Gary Doberman also worked on it, who just did the recent Salem's Lot and has done some work for The Conjuring. So I don't know. I think that this film could definitely be an interesting one. I just don't see remaking games that already feel like movies themselves, just like how I see The Last of Us. Like, there's some interesting aspects they add to them, but overall it just feels like I'm just watching the game again, and I don't know if that's a good thing for me, but for some people it works. So we'll see what happens with this one, and if we ever see them make anything else under this video game umbrella, right? So apparently Alien Isolation is getting a sequel, and it is in early development. And of course, Alien Isolation did see a sort of resurgence in its name after the Alien Romulus film came out a couple of months ago that went super huge. It was one of the bigger movies of the year, and I'm excited for that because I love seeing that Alien Isolation is getting, I feel like, love it really didn't get back in the day, and it's sort of been a title that's been more popular as time went on and people revisited. So very excited to see what that will mean for the future, but it is currently in early development, so we still got a long way to go. Rachel McAdams in talks to star in director Sam Raimi's new horror film, Send Help. I'm telling you, these new horror films getting announced just definitely have me very excited. This one's coming to us as well from 20th Century. 20th Century really killing it again, like I said. But Deadline reports that sources tell us that negotiations are in early stages and nothing is definite at this point. And they say that billed as a two-hander horror thriller set on an island, the story is somewhere between Rob Reiner's Stephen King's adaptation of Misery and Robert Zemeckis' classic Castaway. So very interesting stuff right there. Now, the film is written by Damien Shannon and Mark Swift, who did Freddy vs. Jason and Friday the 13th, 2009. Two solid films, I will say, but I'm very excited to see where Sam Raimi puts his sort of craft into it as well. Next week, we also have the Family Guy Halloween special. In celebration of the 25 years of Family Guy, Hulu will be having an exclusive Halloween special that will premiere on October 14th called the Family Guy Halloween Special, in which we will see Glenn Powell star as the reigning champion of the pumpkin contest, and Peter and his friends are aiming to unseat him. So there's a trailer for it out if you want to check it out, but I definitely will be checking it out. I'll always check out anything Glenn Powell's in. But speaking of seasons as well, we are in the final season of What We Do in the Shadow, as we have been giving a new trailer for this one. It has been one of my favorite shows of the past couple of years, and I'm sad and I'm excited because I love this show, but I'm glad they're going out on a high note. But let's talk about also the reactions that we have for Smile 2, which you can just go check out my video about it, but they are very, very positive. I will be watching this movie on Tuesday, and I will be giving you my full thoughts and reaction once I watch that, so stay tuned for that. But let me know about what you think about all of these horror news and all of that. Make sure you go to our Instagram to join the giveaway for the Alien Romulus codes, and I will be announcing a winner on Monday night, so stay tuned for that. But as always, that is going to do it for me. Let's get to 35,000 subscribers. I have a ton of giveaways all spooky season as well as to the end of the year, so you won't miss out on much if you don't win the Alien Romulus. But make sure you follow us on Instagram because that's where we'll have all of the giveaways pretty much. So as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe and stay positive.